With us now is Evan Hirsch. Well, I'm going to just start calling Hirsch. How are you?
I'm good. After a very hectic fashion week, it's good to be home.
Welcome home.
Thank you.
Welcome home, Evan. Every time I tell people about the story of you in the bow tie and us pushing the riser on the floor, I laugh hysterically because that's kind of how we roll. But you've been here with us now for a few years, and I have gotten to watch step by step your career just blossom. It's been incredible. So, how are you feeling now? Because this most recent thing was, I guess, very touching, really poignant, very important to you. So let's talk about the inspiration behind this most recent fashion week for you.
Yes, definitely. Well, you've been there every step of my career to help me along, so I have to give you your kudos first. But yeah, this was a very special fashion week for me because I just did a solo New York Fashion Week presentation of my collection, which was inspired by my childhood home, which my parents just sold my childhood home last month. So they were very happy that they're one step closer to retirement, but I was like mortified because I'm so nostalgic. So I wanted to pay tribute to my childhood home by taking every fabric that I could find that wasn't nailed down, upholsteries, carpet, window drapings, pieces of the couch, and I made it into the dresses that were at my show.
So meaningful. You also dedicated it to your family members. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so my grandfather, unfortunately, when it rains, it pours. My grandfather passed away in July of a benign brain tumor. So, I mean, I was like devastated, and I went down every 2 weeks to go by his bedside, and I would read him stories. We would watch home videos. We would, play games. And even when he couldn't get out of bed, I tried to make every day as entertaining as I could. So, I then decided to after the show, I realized how supportive he was of my career, and I said, "I want him to be involved in my show in some way because he can't be there, and he's always there to congratulate me." So, I partnered with the Brain Tumor Foundation of New York City, and we created the show in his honor and allowed people to give back to their foundation in his name, just so no family, hopefully one day, ever has to go through that ever again.
One of the most lucid times he had recently was because you were down there and you were showing him yourself on television. I want to hear that story again.
So that was pretty amazing. One of the last times that I went to go see him in Florida, I flew down and just to be with him. He was able to go into the living room that day and he has a huge screen TV. And it just so happened that I guess Lorraine uploaded my segment onto the YouTube channel. So I said, "Oh, Papa, my new segment just came out on the Donna Drake show. Do you want to see it?" He said, "Yes." So I put it on the big screen. I connected the laptop and I showed him the entire segment and he didn't really talk that much throughout the week or anything like that, but I said to him, "Oh, Papa, what'd you think?" He said, "You were amazing. You were well-spoken. You were born to do this, and you're a natural." And it was just so meaningful that he was able
I
to,
cried the first time you told me, I just cried again.
I'm sorry I'm making you, like,
No,
bawl every time I tell the
but you know what,
story.
Evan? I'm like, it just means so much. I know how close you were to, a few, your grandparents, your grandmother, your grandfather, and your family and what they mean to you. And to have that moment with him where he was able to share his thoughts with you.
Yes, and it's because of you and the platform you
It's not because
spotlight
of
for
me.
me.
It's
I
not because
mean,
of me. It's because you grew up in a household that knows love
it's
and you're
true.
able to communicate that love and they're able to communicate that back with you. So you have a very supportive family and a lot of people do not, right? And therefore, you doing this whole entire tribute to your childhood home makes so much sense. What did they say? What was the reaction of this SOR, standing room only time? I mean, I remember when the first time you had it, I was sitting here, I think it was Emily, a couple of people from the show, right? We're like across the way, and that was wonderful, right? But I mean, sold out. It was sold out on a rainy afternoon.
I couldn't believe how many people actually wanted to show up and come and support and see my designs in person. It was overwhelming, to say the
Okay.
least. We were very lucky where we had the most amazing venue. We worked with Star Child Rooftop in the Civilian Hotel. It's this gorgeous rooftop, and the rain held off to the last 15 minutes.
It
So
did, true.
people got to go out and see a little bit about it, a little bit of the terrace and look out over Times Square. But it was really amazing, and I could not believe how many people showed up to the point where it was, like, shoulder to shoulder, so crowded, and I was, like, apologizing to everybody, but when I later complained to my mom saying, "So many people showed up, I was so overwhelmed," she said, you're complaining that so many people wanted to come and see
Yes.
your work. So I got so many people who wanted to see it, who
Good.
got great feedback, who came up to me and said, "I love your collection. I love the story of it."
Buyers.
I yes,
It's awesome.
those get the highest
Magazines.
priority, yes,
Woohoo!
and magazines and editorials, and I people were pulling me off to the side to do interviews, so it was a
Oh,
lot going
Evan,
out, but
so wonderful. And also, like you just were featured in Newsday, which is a large publication here.
yes, I that's like Long Island royalty,
It is Long Island
and
royalty.
as
You've
in
arrived.
relation to you, you both are Long Island royalty, but I could not believe to see myself in print was like the biggest kind of pinch me moment, and I went to every single newsstand to try and find it when it actually came out. I finally found in Penn Station, they had a Newsday. I opened it up. I was the front cover of the lifestyle
Mic
section
drop.
of Newsday, and then opened it a page later and found a full spread about my collection, what it was inspired by, and my whole story of becoming a designer.
Now, your transformational looks, what are we in store for, I guess? Are you going to take this line with these fabrics and do something with them? Are you going to sell them? Like, what's up?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I tried to make it a good kind of healthy split between more wearable, kind of like regular dresses that you can wear out for like a really nice gala, and
Right.
then the more show-stopping transformable moments that I've
Okay.
become kind of synonymous with. So I got to do both. And I have a few stores that are taking 4 of the pieces are going directly to a store in Florida, which I'm very excited for.
Yes.
So they were commissioned for them, and I got an excuse to put them on the runway before they actually went to the store. So that was
Amazing.
great. My dream is to work with a department store. So we're,
Okay. It's going to
keeping our
happen.
fingers crossed.
Oh, Evan, it's happening. It's already happened. It's just that the universe needs to like catch up to that,
Right. I mean,
right?
it's just step by step at this point.
And you have a logo and you have a website. You have all these things. You have your Instagram following. How how do you want people to communicate with you? You know, because pretty soon we're going to have to get you like, security. I'm just saying.
No,
Evan
I
Hirsch has entered the
highly
building.
doubt. I
Uh,
highly doubt that,
but
but I
how do you
appreciate
want
the
them to
thought.
communicate with you? Through Instagram, instant
Yeah,
messages, or
I love just getting emails and like following up. I have a option on my website where, if you're looking for something specific, you could type in exactly what you want and send me a custom inquiry. But I love a good old-fashioned Instagram DM. It's like
nice?
the less words, the better. The
Right.
more typos, like I love it. Like it really excites me to be able to just talk to people on a more casual manner. I love your dresses. Can you make me one? I've had so
Yes.
many clients who reach out to
Wow.
me just because they saw a video, swiped up, and sent it right
It's
away.
been a big year for you. Just a little recap. Also, Macy's,
Yes.
right? That's amazing.
I did a
So
Rising Star Award at the Fashion Group International, who
oh,
actually came to my show to support me. I could not believe it. So
it's awesome. You
thank you.
deserve all of this. You really do. And I love you and you're amazing, and more to come. And you see that pattern on right there, like
Yes.
right there? I had that in my home as well. I know exactly what that pattern is that you're wearing. So
Really? Can we
yes,
find more of it? Because this was in my bathroom. This was
yes,
my bathroom
I
drapes.
think we can. I think we can. I think there's a possibility
People
of
would
that.
point to a dress, be like, "What is that?" I was like, "That was my couch.
Yes.
That was my sister's room. That was, I could point
It's
and
like the
figure out
game of
which."
Clue, right?
Yeah,
This was the
exactly.
conservatory and this was the kitchen.
Exactly.
Love and blessings, my friend.
Thank
There
you.
you go. Evan Hirsch, just Hirsch. It's all up in lights. Um, Started here, right, as our fashion correspondent, and now he's like a global ambassador for fashion. Thanks for watching.